Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. First of all, we want to thank everyone for attending. As you can see behind us, there's a lot of logos on these banners. So we want to thank every single organisation on there and the ones that extras that ain't on there. NSYF, some of the other logos that aren't on there from the London teams, Birmingham teams, Northern teams, all the UK Sikh Bantik projects have come together to support Sikh Youth UK on producing this film. Like I said, the message is not just one single organisation's message. It's a Bantik masala, this grooming, the taboo subjects in the community, drink and drugs, domestic violence, bullying, hate crimes on Sikhs. These are all taboo issues in the community. So we really thank all the channels for turning up and supporting us on this project. Today, this is a press conference about the film MISUSED TRUST. Today's premiere is in London. We're taking this across the world, but we will start that with the questions. But we want to thank everyone for attending the London premiere and all the media here and all the organisations, especially the ones who have come here to support today, like SWAT, like Basics, like Sikh PA, and the channels, and NSYF. All the teams that have come, especially our London team, have put day and night into this to make the London premiere happen as well. I'll open it up into the crowd for any questions.
What was your inspiration behind the movie, and what inspired you to create it?
It started off just a couple of us getting together and saying that we want to make a movie to tackle sexual grooming, because something like this hasn't been done before, especially within a Punjabi community. And it literally began with a meeting probably about 4 months ago. Following on from our Freshers Fair, Sikh Youth UK put on a Freshers Fair in early September, talking about sexual grooming and worries about going to university. And we were saying, how can we make this Prajad even bigger? How can we reach out to even bigger audience? And that's when Deepa Baji and I and a couple of other few of us sat down and discussed what we could do. How could we do something creative, something visual, to tell the story and tell the dangers of sexual grooming. And it was a long process that took time, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of time and effort, but ultimately it came down to experience of meeting girls who've been through sexual grooming, working with them over the past how many years. Sikh Youth UK have been tackling this issue for years, and eventually deciding that we want to tell the story of a young girl who's been a victim of sexual grooming, in order to tell people about the dangers of what happens in these situations.
I just want to run on that. Basically, the idea, like Ashmeet Benji just said, it was a little visual artist. We see her as an actress, she's a student. And what we need to do is bring students and give them the platform. Over the years, what I've noticed is organisations have been there, but not to be too critical, because I don't want to make this negative, but we haven't given the next generation platforms or given them enough courage and confidence to say they can do this. So it's about getting it out there and giving them that confidence and the platforms.
I think as children of first and second generation immigrants, we face so many unique challenges, when we're living here in the UK, and we don't have the cultural experience because we're not from here. We don't have the experience to know what's going to happen in universities. When we went to universities, our parents, they didn't go to university here, so they didn't know what the environment's like. They don't know what happens on freshers fairs. They don't know what the student culture's like. So they couldn't advise us, they couldn't arm us with that information that we needed. They couldn't help us to get through that situation. So film and medium and projects like this, especially film, is such a powerful medium of sharing these stories, and then those stories will spark conversations, and then we'll take these taboo issues, drink, drugs, grooming, and they'll become part of the conversations that we're having in the community, and they'll become part of the knowledge that we have in the community, so then we can tell the third generation that this is what you're going to face in university. You're going to get attention from individuals, and not all of them are going to have good intentions, and then you're going to find out exactly how bad it can go when their intentions aren't good, right? So it's very important part of our cultural learning together, so we can bring these issues issues to the forefront, we can debate them, we can challenge each other on them, and then we can push the conversations into the spaces that they needed, because like Deep was saying, they've been happening for a long time, but within certain groups. Now those conversations, the community can't ignore them any longer. We have to face this because it's affecting our children, it's affecting our culture, it's the student culture, it's clashing with our heritage as Sikh, it's clashing with our Sikh culture. Our culture isn't about drink, it isn't about this kind of stuff. But when we're in the university environment, we lose our sense of ourselves. We're not from here, we forget those things. So we need to remind ourselves what Sikh culture is about. It's about facing these problems and the challenges and the taboo subjects that we have, not shying away from them and directly confronting all of these issues, the social problems that we're facing in the community.
Young people need to be safe, be aware of what's going on. What we can do as a farm is support that and do our best and try our hardest, because I'm saying that if I'm told not to do something, I'm probably going to want to do it even more. We need to make sure these young people are equipped for the situations, and if you're not happy with that answer, then go elsewhere. I'm speaking on behalf of young people, sorry, I'm just being honest.
It's the angle we approach. If we dictatorship doesn't work, we know this. But if we come at a different angle, visually, through film, through media, like we said earlier, I think it'll tackle the issue a bit better than it is already being tackled.
Why is it that our daughters are targeted so easily? You know, where does this stem from? What are the real issues which are causing us to be targets at university and other places?
I think one of the key factors in it is the vulnerability that they don't. It's like Deepa was saying, when you keep kids in this protective environment, that they're not allowed to do this, they're not allowed to go out at a certain time, they're not prepared for the realities, they're not prepared for the attention they're going to receive, they're not prepared for the social situations they're going to find themselves in. So they don't have the skill set, they don't have the awareness to be able to navigate those social situations. Because we don't even talk about this stuff, like in our homes, forget about the channels, we don't talk about sex, we don't talk about drugs, we don't talk about clubbing culture or whatever it is. There's so many subjects that are completely off the table and taboo. So until we start sharing these stories, start talking about what the potential pitfalls can be, then perhaps the future generations will be better armed to deal with this situation, because they'll have part of that Britishness, that culture of Gore over here is part of us now. We have to accept it because we're here now. So we have to deal with it, right? I mean, this is the reality of who knows what we're going to look like in this country if we carry on living here and we don't deal with the issues of our own nation, our own state, so we can have a container for our culture, our values, our worldview. If we don't deal with that, then we're going to carry on down this road, and at least let's try to protect the Sikh that are going to live here.
Parents need to be a bit more open so we can dialogue and talk. But you know what? Why is it happening? Because they've been locked up for so long, and then we need to be able to break them barriers so they come through, understanding that these are the issues. So we can't not talk about these issues. As young, there should be comics for kids, so they read, so they understand. It's visually in their head. All these things have to start young. This message has been going for 40 years, and we're still in the same position. If not, through smartphones now, for all these smartphones, it's gone 100 times worse. That's where all the cases are coming. They're sitting here on Snapchat and Instagram. Our kids are. That's where they're getting controlled on here.
Why our girls get targeted, and not only that, but why is our girls drinking so much? I mean, I was brought up in an era where the Sikhs and the Muslims were fighting a lot together, and the conversion of Sikh girls was very big. But in my age, we had a unity within your community, and you could go to people. And now what's happening is you don't have that. So if we don't have that community spirit. So what we're quick to do is point the finger at someone. Oh, their daughter's doing this. But why not educate people?
That's why this film's bringing the band together. Issues like Jaglaj Baji, what happened with him, the Bunts got together and we supported his fundraise for his vision in Amritsar. Look at this vision, the Bunts come together. Like you said, that community spirit. The films, media and working together, we need that spirit back. 100% I agree with you. All these things are happening and we can't even stand. We give into that, our careers, our money's important. I want to jump on parenting right now. If our parents ain't too busy with business, most of these cases with young girls, it's because the parents are too busy looking at money. If their bank's growing, then their daughter's in their bedrooms. Letting them go to uni, let's raise all the money, send them to uni, and let's forget about the izzard. We just work and concentrate on our fun. There's nothing more richer than your daughter, your izzard. Forget the bank balance, Let's put more time into our honour and our respect. 100%. We're working with about 300 cases at the moment, helping people from vulnerable issues. Not just drink and drugs. not just thinking. After the premiere on Saturday in Birmingham, I'll give you a wicked example. A girl who's not into Sikhi came, watched the film. She came forward, she's doing psychology at uni. She wants to help set up a mental health team for us. That's a positive impact for our project. There's so many, the unity is a positive. I'm going to keep going back to the unity because it is a positive impact. With us not working together, we ain't going to get nowhere. So we have to start working, we have to support each other. If I see 7 out of 10 out of Parji, he sees 7 out of 10 out of me, I can excuse the 3, yeah, for the better of the bunch. And that's how we got to think. Instead of saying that 3% is wrong and keep dictating on it, we need to squash the little beefs and think of the bigger picture. Have to. But positively, so much positive change. There's a family who came to us at Vasaki. He was smoking heroin for 20 years, the geezer. The whole family were off Sikhi. Only last month on Guru Nanak's Gurpurb, him and his family took Amrit. That's a positive. That's just last year. That's one family. When you support one person of addiction, you have to support their family at the same time because they suffered. When I went to jail, I didn't suffer, my family suffered. That's the difference. You have to support the family as well as the individual. And that's where other communities and other, say you go to AA, NA, they have that lack of our culture, lack of understanding of our culture and our history because they're going to force you, most of these AA, NA meetings are in churches. And the point being they're Christian based. They're strategic, but the 12-step program is based on a Christian ethos, and it takes you to that. And what we need to understand is we're Singhs. How many people have lost faith in Sikhi? They go to fake Babbe, they go here, there, and everywhere. And we need that structure where there's so much support in our community. We've got big Gurdwara in Birmingham that can do this. We've got big Gurdwara in London. We need to support with bunting organisations like SWAT, like Basic, like NSY, working with Gurdwara. Uncle Iowa from the Gurdwara, they're here to support us. So it's brilliant that us, the old generation, the middle generation, and the future generation all working together with students who are putting themselves, we're giving them, our organisations are giving students a platform to make the future generations difference, and that's a positive in my eyes. This film's showing what happens to our daughters, what happens in our homes, and how Sikhi can save your life.
So the film mainly has the 2 aims, like doing the job, but also we really want to raise funds to open a halfway house for grooming victims and those who have been through like assault, drug and alcohol abuse, and give them a safe space because honour is such a huge thing attached to when it comes to things like grooming or abuse or domestic violence, whatever it is. And Sikh Youth UK aims to tackle these issues, and we don't judge. It's a confidential space, and we need to have somewhere for these girls to go. We need to have somewhere where these girls can connect to Sikhi, but not only that, just have their own faith restored as well. So with this movie, we hope to distribute it using like DVD sales, and all the profits are going to go to opening the halfway house, plus lots of different things throughout the year. But that's our biggest thing with the movie right now.
The grooming issue is affecting a lot of it. It's coming to the media light because it started happening openly when you saw cases like Rotherham, Oxford, and it hit big. But when the Sikhs have been talking about it for years, I'm so frustrated that it hasn't took us so many years to get something visual out there so people can understand. We can hear it all year, and I've heard it for 30 years of lectures, but visually something is going to open some eyes.
ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਦਰ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਵੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਗਵਾ ਬੈਠਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਜਾਂ ਥਰਡ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦੇ, ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂਗੇ? ਜਦੋਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਂਝਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੋ ਕੁਛ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਹੀ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਈ ਆ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਕਹੂੰਗਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੁਫਤ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ।
ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਸਮੇਤ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਕਿਉਂ? ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਸਿੱਖੇ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਮਾਰਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਟਸ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ ਵੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਰੱਖਦਾ। ਕਿਉਂ? ਫਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸੈਲਫ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਬਚਾ ਸਕਦੇ। ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ soon as we took over ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ। ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਸੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ people have to learn to defend themselves and learn further to ਸਾਂਖੀਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਵਾਜਾ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ, all the instruments every day ਹੋਰ different ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾ ਐਵਰੀਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਐਂਡ ਸਾਡੇ ਅਕੈਡਮੀ 'ਚ 400 ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਹਰੇਕ ਰਾਤ
After all the knowledge and experience and everything that you've done in creating this movie, what is the one main message that you would like to give to the parents and the one message that they could teach their children?
It's really important to keep positive, yeah,
Communicate.
but communication and dialogue from young, so there's that trust factor and there's an open relationship in the house. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Film was really inspiring for young teenagers, young adults, something that people need to know of, and as I said, it's a taboo subject, and the more we spread the message, social media, the more people know about this, and we have to try and spread the message to people who won't see this movie, people who are quite secluded from Sikhi as well, so we really try and push the message to our friends, their friends, Sikh society, so I think it's a really, really good film, and it's something we should all be proud of.
It's an amazing production. It's very brave of Sikh Youth UK to create such a production and tackle these issues. And I think the thing to take from this is, without trying to give away too much, the film very much ties in problems at home, resulting in problems outside of the home.
If we had this before, I think a lot of people's lives would have been saved. Right now, this coming out is brilliant.
No, it was really good, really well put forward. The case was really well put forward. There are all these issues going on, and we do need to be aware of them. So well done to all the cast and bringing the issue to the forefront.